fellow traders. Welcome to a new segment here called the Dark Matter Stock Market Brief. Looking to do this as a new feature to provide you with the daily analysis in a video format. So let's jump right in. These are meant to be quick and to the point. So looking ahead to the 12/2 ES and SPX session, which is fully underway with futures action, currently trading at about 68.22 ES. So what are we looking for? So essentially, in a nutshell, we'll jump into Volland and the charts here, but what we gotta just look for to keep it simple is 6800 ES. You stay above there, you're bullish to neutral with some sideways chop. There is resistance kind of into this 6825, 6830 ES level. And we've kind of had some resistance there overnight. So you're kind of in a tight range here overnight until one of those sides breaks. That's essentially where you're looking at reverting, and we've reverted quite often here between 68.05 SPX and 68.25 SPX. So jumping into some of our key levels here that we are looking for essentially here. So 68.20, 68.30, that is some major resistance there. We have multiple Greeks, Gamma, Vanna, that and Delta that all lean to dealers wanting to sell anytime we get into this zone. Should volatility compress, we have a catalyst. You are looking then breaking to the upside to 68.40, then 68.60. You're going to really need a catalyst to break through this zone here in order to get to here. So it needs to be some sort of volatility catalyst that breaks us to the downside. So 68.15, you'll kind of see this be the magnet. And that's what we've seen in the overnight action. Whether we've gone above or below, we constantly keep gravitating back over to this, and it is a gamma dealer level for sure. So you'll see kind of price pull in until you see this level die away from a dealer standpoint. Now, should we break below 6800, 6790, that's essentially the key, intraday support. As you start to break this, you'll go down lower, 6775 even would be my expectation here, but that is the key level here. You break this, you're going to hit down to this zone, and I think ultimately between here and the major area of support at 6750, I think you'll find a bounce in a potential long that can go up as high as 6850 on any retraction. Not a zero DTE trade, but that is my expectation, is that if we hold between 6780 and 6750 here, more specifically around 6775, I think we can put in a bounce. So those are my key ES and SPX key levels. If we look at the VIX here, you essentially, if you're a seller and a bear, you need to see that VIX north of 18.9 essentially. Anything below that until about 18.10, you're just trading. You're sideways, key levels, mean reversion, and then you break that 1790, and that's when you're going to start to see the ES and SPX break out and become extremely bullish. And to get above that 68.40 level, for example, you'd need to see that VIX get below 1750. All right, so that's essentially our analysis here in terms of our key levels. If we kind of get into the charts here, let me turn that off. We kind of look at the weekly insight. We are still trading within last week's range. So you can see that clearly here, last week's high, 68.63 ES. Subtract 10 points, that will get you roughly the equivalent of the SPX level. And then to the low end, we were at 66.25. So choppy inside action. Really need to be careful with your entries here and not get caught up in any chop. And you can kind of see here throughout Monday's session as we tested last week's weekly volume profile. This is our value area high here. This has been, which is roughly about that 6,800 level, 6,805 to be specific. This is the level that has to break. If you're a bear, you need to see this level break to, for further continuation down. And if we kind of add the Volland kind of key levels there that we just walked through, so pull that up here. You can clearly see in the overnight session, let's just go down to the 30-minute chart here. You can clearly see price has essentially consumed itself to the top end of that 68.25. It's gravitated multiple times to 68.15, and then you kind of saw that 68.05, 6,800 level hold here overnight thus far. So that's essentially your range. You're going to need to break between one of these two levels here to see either that next leg down or the next leg up. Personally, myself, I would favor a test here down into the 67.75, 67.65 zone. If you back up in time here to last week, you'll see some support here formed at about 67.87 ES, so that puts you near 67.75. So ideally, if we can take out and overshoot, create a new lower low here, hold it, a failed breakdown, push back up. That to me right there is one of the key longs to take on the week and to kind of grind it out. So that's the charts. And then if we go into Volland, kind of highlight and see some of these, so you can clearly see here in Vanna as you start to go into some positive Vanna, but this ledge here is going to be quite hard to get by. And this is just looking at the weekly view. If you look at more of the all expiration, let me get to that cumulative chart. You can, clearly see here as you start to ride this wave up, you're going to enter into negative Vanna territory here. And clearly, if you lose that 6,800, that ride can go, go, go. So if we do find ourselves breaking 6,800, and we do get a catalyst at some point, you just have to be wary of that catalyst, how much VIX is kind of expanding, and ultimately, ideally you find support at 6,700. But if we don't get there, I think ultimately this is the zone here we would be looking at for support if we get past 6,800. So that's a little bit on the Vanna side here. And if we start to look at the 0 DTE data as well, I mean, this week so far has not been really 0 DTE that has been driving the market, but clearly you will see here we have support between 6,800 to 6,810. So if we are going to get any further movement, this is the set of levels that we need to break, and then clearly on the upside we have resistance here as well. I hope you enjoyed our first ever Dark Matters daily stock market brief. Have a great day. Thank you.